What's going on, Soul Nation? Ginger Prime here, and we've got a New World news break for you today covering Arenas of the Ancient Guardians, as well as a developer Q&A. Obviously, New World is an upcoming action MMORPG set to release August 25th, and there's just really a lot to unpack. We've been covering it here on the channel. I've also covered a little bit over on Work to Game, but I'll include a playlist if you guys are interested in checking out more New World and getting some more of this information in your day. Honestly, I'm really excited about this game, and I am looking forward to going hands-on and telling you about it hopefully soon, but I'll let you know. However, let's go ahead and just dive into the news, and as always, I'd love to know your thoughts in the comments below. So, it starts. On your adventures and your trials in Eternum, you'll stumble upon mysterious and time-worn structures, clearly constructs of the ancients. The true purpose of these arenas has been lost to time. Through unknown magic and ritual, the ancients were able to bend the laws of Eternum and bind some of its most powerful denizens with these structures. Even the daunting challenge of actually finding a proper key to access these arenas pales when compared to the martial trials that await you in any group upon adventurers who dare to enter. Now, once you're inside the arena, you're going to encounter some of the most powerful creatures on Eternum. The Spriggan, born of the land and its primal expression of power of Azoth. Don't be fooled into thinking this gnarled limbs are stiff and his movement is limited. This champion of the angry earth is as swift as it is deadly. Overcoming this foe will reward you greatly, but it is no small task. As you slay particular enemies in New World and dig through the loot that they drop, you'll occasionally come across this Spriggan key. Along with the key comes specific coordinates on where you need to go to use it. Now, upon reaching your destination, you're going to find an ancient vine-encrusted pillar. From there, you can turn in your key and be teleported straight to the arena. Anyone grouped with you at that time will also be teleported if they are standing around the pillar. Now, once inside the arena, your battle against the terrifying Spriggan will begin. You'll only have a set amount of time to best this enemy, so you'll need to make sure that you go in prepared. It's always wise before teleporting into the arena that you repair your weapons and your armor and craft plenty of anything that you think you're gonna need. The Spriggan will not go down easy. Now, if you're skilled enough and maybe even a little bit lucky, you're going to manage to take this Spriggan, you'll be handsomely rewarded for your efforts. Success in the arena awards high quality equipment, but in rare cases, they can even also reward legendary gear with powerful equipment traits. Some of the most powerful gear in the game comes from defeating these arenas. If the time runs out or everyone in your party has been stomped under the crushing power of the Spriggan, your experience in the arena will come to an end. All players will be unceremoniously teleported back to the ancient pillar, where your encounter began. Want another go at besting the Spriggan? Well, you're going to need to track down another Spriggan key out in the wilds of Eternum. Honestly, this is awesome. I love this. This reminds me of the BCNM, where over in Final Fantasy XI, you'd get these seals, and eventually you could actually turn those seals in for different encounters. Now, obviously, this is just detailing out one encounter with the Spriggan. My hope is that obviously they expanded into different types of encounters. I love that a key drops. Hopefully that key is tradable on the market, because it'd always be nice to be able to purchase those if you don't want to sit here and run around and track it down. This is really exciting news. Honestly, everything they keep telling me about New World has me more and more excited. So that's just where it's at. So we've now got a Q&A with the dev team. And so this is going to be talking about the art and design team, digging in deeper into what they thought when bringing the Spriggan to life. So it states, the Spriggan originally in English folklore have been seen as iterations over time. What were some of the early concepts to the team who drew inspiration from? So in the earliest concepts for the Spriggan, we designed it as an earth elemental, a sprite of earth, wood, and stone, drawing on descriptions that show up in early folklore from multiple cultures. The creature initially had a tree stump as its core element, but it had a lot more rock armor and took on more of a tank posture. Over time, the creature grew into more of a boss, so it slowly evolved into a taller, more agile form that relied less on armor and brute strength and more on mobility, combat skill, and its supernatural powers. So, what was the design philosophy when creating this combat style? So they say, when we were creating the Spriggan, we wanted a creature this powerful being in which the root of their power stems from the earth. Of course, this power is also corrupted and very angry. So we wanted to create something where it was largely frightening and that can be conveyed angry in power in all of their attacks. We designed it so that it'd have a body of wood, earth, and stone, and that creature by an evil force of corrupted nature. After that, we put a lot of thought into how it could use its body, such as growing roots and vines for attacks, along with the large club that it uses to slay or slew of melee attacks. So they wanted it to also be able to tap into nature's power and heal. And that's when it came up with the idea to have it have this shield of roots that would cover it so that it would regen. All of these elements combined to create what we now know as the Spriggan. On the animation side, the Spriggan we wanted his personality is to feel threatening, ferocious, and magical. And this creature is born from the surroundings as it lives and as we wanted its attacks to suggest that. We really wanted to push an uncontrollable feeling that the lot of its combos with the wild swings and slams, giving it a sense of rage and raw power in every attack. Now, based off of the design, the Spriggan needed to be swift on its feet and with the ability to quickly close down on a player at any distance no one can hide. So they ask, do you have any tips or tricks of what we should know before encountering this fearsome Spriggan? One of the biggest tips that we can give you is to not go alone. Having a well-rounded group is important for this encounter. Melee DPS, aka damage per second, is definitely needed, but also having at least one ranged, one healer in your build is key. The Spriggan can break through most blocks pretty quickly, since their big attacks tend to deal out a large amount of stamina damage. Staying mobile and using your dodges sparingly is very important for survival as well. Keeping an eye out on the attacks extremely important, since it does like to deal with players who are both near and far within the blink of an eye. You'll want to make sure that both your weapons are tip-top and have some potions on your side to help. And one final tip would be to look out for their healing shield when the shield has been raised, and they will begin regenerating their health. So all players attacking it at this point is key, and this will stop its regeneration and break it out of the shield early. So they say, do you have any favorite move or animation? Oh man, this looks so cool. We have to say that it is our favorite set of moves, the Vine Arm attacks. The animation team put so much time into getting those things looking great, and we worked with the tech art VFX team to get the vines built with special adjustable shaders to create a growing and retracting effect. Without a group effort, we would have never gotten the Spriggan to be the exciting state that we can see it in today. And there is so much more to explore and discover, obviously, in a new world. Unique and diverse creatures, epic vistas, dense forest and danger around every turn. Your time in Eternum is going to be filled with adventure from the very start. Do you have the skill and the guts to take down one of Eternum's mightiest angry earth warriors? So the question is that, yeah, let's play this game. For me, honestly, this looks great. Visually, this game looks great. And I have said this, and I'll continue to say this each and every time. It's not a matter of how it looks. It's going to be a matter of how it feels. And do the developers have a relationship with the community? That's what I am curious about. That's what, from my perspective here at Ginger Prime, is going to report on what I'm going to talk about here and at Work to Game. What is going on with this game, and is it worth your time and effort? Now, I always advise against pre-ordering, but in full disclosure, I have pre-ordered this game, so I will be able to play this game sometime in July unless I'm accepted into their random drawing for alpha players. Hopefully we'll get to see that at some point, and I'm very much looking forward to seeing how the combat feels, especially as it feels on a controller, because they say that there is controller support and they have more planned for the future, and I think that's going to be key to this game's success. If you aren't aware, this is the now, I guess, technically second game from Amazon Game Studios, where the first one, Crucible, should be launching next week. So that's going to be interesting and exciting to see what that game is like, hands-on from, from Amazon Studios, which it just feels weird. I'm still not used to that yet. And then obviously with New World dropping in August, it's going to be an interesting time. And if you guys are interested in more New World, I hope you hit that like button. And if you're new here, I hope you hit that subscribe button if you feel like we've earned your sub. And if you're coming back, honestly, let's play and kick some ass together in some games. Hopefully this weekend. My voice is cracking because it's just that kind of day. I'm going to sip a little coffee. Oh yeah, fantastic. All right, guys, that's the video. Let me know if you got any thoughts, any questions, any comments in the comments below. I love your faces. I think you are some of the best people on the internet, and thanks for being here, part of this experiment called Ginger Prime. Anyway, I love you. Hope you guys have a great day, and I'll talk to you soon. Take care.